Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you real quick how I make my ceramic coasters, sublimation. They come in a box like this. I just got a new set. They used to come with little bubble wrap. I kind of like those better, but these are pretty cool too. So I don't clean mine with alcohol. I think it's going to take off this coating. And so what I've learned also when doing these is these are 2.75. You're going to want to make your design at least 2.95, if not 3. I probably should have even done 3 because you'll get the ghosting on the edges if you don't. So this is 2.95 circle. Here's my design. It's actually somebody else made a design. It's a restaurant, family restaurant. And I'm making everybody coasters that own the restaurant. So you do one side at a time, obviously, but I've already done one here. So instead of taping it down, because that's how I used to do it, and I use the clear sublimation tape. I do not use yellow anymore. I've had trouble with the yellows. So I have to put this upside down and put it over like this. Make sure it didn't shift, so see how it shifted a little bit. I made it a little bit too tight. Whip that back up. Probably be better off just putting the tape on there first. And there, I looked at the directions on these. I used to do them at 400, but it burns it. So a lot of things you say, oh, you have to do it 400, but I guess for ceramic, you want to heat it slower. So this is going to be set at 3, forgot what I had it set up to. I want to say they said 350 to 375. I put 350 for 250 seconds. So 350 at 250 per second. All right, trying to make sure I don't get my fingerprints on there. I'm just going to do the corners. So I cut these in like an octagon shape. So I can just get the corners. That looks like it may come up a little bit. No, I'm having trouble with this one. Yeah, I definitely do 2.95. I make sure it didn't shift to the middle. You want to leave some space for the circle to put your hanger in. Stick it underneath. And you want to sublimate, you want to flip them over so the paper is up and the design, you can kind of see through it because that's where the heat's gonna hit. So that's gonna be the front of the two, and you only do one at a time. I have found out they shift on your heat press and it doesn't, to me, cook evenly, so I only do one at a time. Plus that gives it time to cool to do your back, because you're going to want to let these cool almost about 3/4 coolness before you peel it. You want a little bit of warm so the paper don't stick, but you definitely do not want to peel it when it's hot or you will get ghosting. So I'm almost at 350. And you get your parchment paper. What I do is I fold the parchment paper in half. That way you're not wasting paper. These are sheets I get that are already pre-cut for big items like t-shirts. And that is Reynolds Kitchen Parchment Sheets, 35. They last a long time. So I just cut this in half. Remember, this is on top. Probably even use less than that, but right now I'm just going to stick it with that. Go ahead and get this one ready. See, I didn't even need that much, I don't think. You know, that's what I'm going to do. I don't like wasting, so I'll go ahead and just cut it. You can get 4 of these out of that one little sheet. You can also just tape it. A little piece right there, just so it doesn't move. And try that again. So you can get 4 out of a sheet for these. Because you do not want to reuse the same piece. Trust me, I've done it and I burned my machine and I had to clean it off. That was my old machine. Luckily, I didn't do it with this one because this one costs a little bit more. I have a clamshell where you can pull down, pull out for like, slide out, I'm sorry. You can slide out for t-shirts and stuff. Kind of show it to you real quick. So this is off the Heat Press Nation. And this slides out, which is pretty cool. I don't make a lot of t-shirts. If I do, it's usually going to be with vinyl or sublimation. Sublimation shirts seem like they're so thin because the ones I buy. Anyways, so that is still heating up. Let's see what I had it set for. 350. So let's try it. Back down here, sorry. And the countdown should count down. Make sure I have this paper up. All right. I've already adjusted. Before you start your heat press, go ahead and adjust this with a blank one when it's cool. So put it in there, make sure you're not gonna get it too tight, because if you get too tight, they will crack. And if you get it too loose, it won't sublimate. So a lot of things I've learned about sublimation. These are hit and miss if they work out. Hopefully I can get them to where they always work out. But I'm going to pause you for a minute until it's done. Alright, I'm going to go ahead while it's still working. We got 160 seconds left and show you ones I've done already. So this one turned out pretty good. I got his name on it. Actually, I'm going to flip the camera, so I'm going to do it this way here. And that turned out pretty good, actually. It's a lot of fingerprints. But these are the old ones. They're the same brand. And they came with the bubble wrap. And I have a ton more bubble wrap left. Also, when you mess them up, which I've done several times, I'll show you one as a matter of fact. So also when you mess them up, you can go ahead and just put some glitter on them, which I've done. I don't have one to show you. I had one, I thought, but I guess I don't. But you can put glitter on it. So that one turned out pretty good. I'll show you one that is a little off, and I might just do it again. I think I'm going to. So this just has their restaurant name and the year, just in case they want to give it to some of their employees. Black is one of the hardest things to sublimate, I ain't gonna lie. Let's see, I got 75 seconds left on that one. Let's see, Jake. Okay, this is the one I messed up a little bit. So it wasn't round enough. I had done, I think, 2.875 inches by 2.875 inches. I do these on my Cameo Silhouette software. and it ghosted right there. It's not too bad. So it wasn't enough to go around. So yes, I'm actually going to do this one over because it does have here. I'll just go ahead and save this one and put some glitter on it or something, or some resin. I've been working with the resin quite a bit. So let me go ahead, and I think I was already planning on doing that because there's his name. So this has just the Cold Town Tavern that is in Welch, West Virginia, 905 Virginia Avenue. Best food ever. Sit down bar tavern. They're doing pretty good. Got a lot of side-by-sides that ride up in there and eat. So I'm only going to do 2 right now. All right. And so when you take this off, you hold this down while you lifted it up. You don't want to just pop it up. You're going to get gassy. So hold the top down. I learned that from somebody else's video. I've got some turners. And then I will put them on a rack down at the bottom with a fan going on it. This is a Sublimation mouse pad that I end up having the tape on there. Turned out pretty good except for that part. I have the tape on each side, so I'm just using it as a hot. Alright, so let's do the reveal of the one that's almost cooled off. Got a lot of tape on here, so I've got to remember which way I did it. This actually turned out good. This is just a piece of the paper, so I'm gonna kind of wipe that off gently with my fingernails. Try not to scratch it. Perfect. So this one turned out awesome. All right, that's perfect. Wow. And look, it doesn't even cover up the design. So I did that pretty even on it, both sides. Sometimes it's hard to get them even. So I'm going to go ahead and do the back. So find the name. I'm actually going to wipe this off a little bit more. I'll just take, yep, there's a little piece of tape on there. I'll wipe it off. I do not use alcohol, like I said. All right. So if I can get this one done, that will be a redo of the first one that I messed up on that I just showed you. So that was $350. This is not now my heat press machine, but that is the directions for these. So I assumed it was 440 seconds and I did it wrong few times, so I just changed it up. Make sure this is flat. I mean, you could do all of the sides, but I find it's just fine just like this. You do all sides, sometimes it causes a ghosting because it will curl up the side you flattened. Alright. And I'm gonna turn it over and put it on the sublimation and get back to you. Alright, so the other side is cooled. Remember, we already did that side and turned out really good. So they got the name right here. It's a little bit warm, but it's not overly warm. So we're gonna try to peel it and see if this one works. I try to peel it one at a time and leave it flat just so I don't get any ghosting. I don't want to just rip it all off it real fast. Yes, Josh's has turned out better, way better than before. Just a little bit of paper on there. I'm gonna wipe it off with a baby wipe. I don't want to use my fingernails because it's gonna end up scratching it. Just take a little baby wipe, get that paper off. Perfect. It came off just perfect. There. His is way better than it was before. Dry it off. Here's the ones I've done. So I have their names on them. And I got one more cooking I forgot to do. Somebody else's name. I had it cut, but so that's just a regular one, 2025. For just a customer or maybe one of their employees they want to give them to. This is usually one of my hot selling items at Christmas time with personal ornaments. I'm just going to let you know that black is one of the most hardest to get right. I've had to redo these several times, and it's black ghost, pretty good. So if you're going to do a design, try to do light colors if you don't want to waste a whole bunch. But this is how I do them. So it's 350 degrees at 250 seconds. Medium to light pressure. And I'm going to go ahead and take that one off real quick. Like I said, use something you will not get burned. So I'm going to put this down where my fan's at. And that will be it. Happy crafting.